So you guys mentioned it and I'm listening, so I'm gonna start doing some more educational stuff as well. I kind of stepped away from it for a minute just because it's so cold outside and I don't want to be shooting outside in the cold. There's 3 main drills that I'm gonna have you do, and you should do this every time you go. Theoretically, you don't even have to do high round count, but one's gonna be for speed, one's gonna be for accuracy, and one's for transitions. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do accuracy. So your goal is at 3 yards, especially if you're newer, you can go a little bit closer, maybe 1 or 2 yards. You wanna put all of your shots through 1 hole. So in this case, I'm doing 3 yards, and I'm gonna try and put 5 shots through 1 hole. If they're touching, that counts. If it goes through the same hole, it counts. But if it's all spread out, you wanna do this and work your way out in distance over time. So if you can't put 3 to 5 shots through 1 hole at 1 or 2 yards, even at 3 yards if you're experienced, you probably shouldn't be shooting at 5 and 10 and 15 yards like a lot of people do. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this. So as you can see there, just under that 6, because of height over the barrel, height over bore as they call it, with my red dot, aiming at the circle on the 6 or the loop part, I put 5 shots through the same hole. So in this case, I would keep moving out to 5 and 10 and whatever I can do and try and keep it as close to that as possible. I've done this out pretty consistently out to 7 and 8 yards without too much problem. And you want to do this at a pace that you can handle. And your goal here is accuracy, not speed. So take your time, make sure you're using your trigger reset and get those accurate shots. All right, next we're going to go into speed. So I'm going to go out to 3 yards. Now my goal here is to get 5 shots as fast as I can into technically the A zone. In this case, it's going to be one of the big rectangles. If you need to start much closer, you can start at 1 yard. So as you can see there, one of these 2 rectangles, I'm going to shoot 5 shots as fast as I can into one of those. So basically what I want to look for here is trigger control. I want to make sure that I'm resetting that trigger properly, doing it quickly without knocking the sights around. All right, here we go. All right, I fired 6 shots, which is kind of like the bill drill. Let's check this one out. Now this one would technically be all in the A zone, and this is specifically for speed. So you want to get them definitely in the A zone and as close together as possible. All right, for this last drill, this will be the 3rd one of the 3 drills. You're going to go between each of the different items on your target, and you're going to transition between them. So you're going to shoot each target once as you move through. Sometimes they're numbered, and sometimes they have A, B, and numbers and different things mixed together. They don't even have to have letters and numbers. You're just going to transition between different parts of your target. So on this target here, you can see there's a couple bigger circles, big rectangles, and then you have progressively smaller circles and shapes down below. So I'm going to shoot and just transition between them. Your focus when you first start is accuracy. All right, so I'm going to do that drill one more time. And you're going to make sure that you're resetting your trigger, you have good trigger discipline, you have a good stance and everything, breathing, everything is all in place. You're just going to transition between them. Start slow for accuracy, and as you speed up, make sure you're keeping that accuracy as well. Never be disappointed if you have any flyers. If you have a lot of flyers, slow down. But this is 1 target, 25, 30 rounds total, not even a full box. And I've worked on my speed, my accuracy, and my transitions in 1 session. So definitely, if you have the chance, make sure that your training sessions actually have a purpose. Make sure they have value. Don't just go and start throwing a bunch of lead down. So as always, guys, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you on the next one.